Hey Ben, just how did your strategy have to change after that red card?
Well, yeah, it was nothing dramatic. It was essentially, again, I thought the guys did really, really well. Once we went down to 10 men, again, everybody just put in a really good shift, and I'm really proud of the performance overall. It wasn't our best performance on the ball. Again, it seemed like we struggled at times with some of the passing and connections and decision making, whether to go or be a little bit more patient throughout the night. But as far as giving a real collective defensive effort and pushing that thing to PKs was a very impressive performance. And yeah, again, just proud of the guys to take it to there, and then PKs. This is what happens sometimes, and it was made 4 out of 5. They made 5 out of 5. It's difficult to lose that way, but I think we take some confidence back to our house, and looking forward to the next game. And now the task is to come back here, and I think if we do, I think we'll be in. We'll have a better performance here when we do. It just means our road is a little trickier right now, but it's certainly one that we're looking forward to getting home in front of our fans, and bringing getting to that third game.
All right, Joey, go ahead.
Hey Ben, would you be able to take us through exactly what happened on that play that led to Coco Karasky getting the red card? The broadcast never really showed exactly what happened, what unfolded there.
The broadcast didn't show it because they probably didn't know which haymaker to deal with. There was 5 from them and Austin, everybody, and then all of a sudden Coco, because his hand was close to a neck or something like this, he gets thrown out. He did Ted did the right thing. He gave everybody some yellows. He calmed it down, but then VAR has to interject and put their 2 cents in, and why they need to control the game. And sometimes it's best when the guy on the in the middle just deals with the moment. I thought he could have got in there actually a little bit and separated some guys. Instead, he pushed away and let the whole thing happen, and then. Coco gets kind of attacked, and he comes back with a push, and it goes towards Ruzdik's neck. Yeah, I guess if you really want to do that, good. But in the playoffs, and in general, I guess my theory on this would be like, if it's maybe, then don't do it. Don't change the game. So to me, it's in that gray area. Yeah, you could, sure. I'm going to go by the letter of the law. Ponce got hit in the face a little bit later in that game, or maybe earlier. He got hit in the face. Why not call him out? Why not throw that guy out? It's like there's always hands to the face in this stuff, and you're going to throw someone out every time. I just thought Ted actually in real time got it right, and someone intervened, and that's disappointing. And even then, he could have said, you know what, this is just an intense playoff game, settle it down, and let's go from there. But change the game. But again, proud of the way the guys stuck to it and forced PKs. We defended very well down the stretch, and unlucky not to win the PKs.
Thanks, Coach.
All right, we'll go to Alex. Go ahead, Alex.
Yes, Coach. First of all, can you hear me?
Yep.
Coach, I know you're not only disappointed in the result, but you're thinking through, as I hear it, all the positive that you can take from this. And it seemed almost destined to happen until of course, the spot kicks. What do you build on this? And I know it's raw. I know it just occurred, but obviously there's a lot positive from here. I think the luck, the destiny was headed your way tonight. It just didn't quite happen. But maybe you want to address some of these things. Beyond the emotion of the moment, I guess you could build on this for getting back to Houston.
Yeah, I don't think our guys are in there. I think our guys are excited to play this team again at home, where we will play a little bit. It won't be turf. It won't be wet. I think that affected us a little bit in some of the passing, and that kind of didn't give us the possession at times that we wanted in their building, to take the crowd out of it, take the energy out of it. So we'll get home, and we'll play our best stuff at Shell Energy, and looking forward to the next game. So I'm just a little bit disappointed, really, in the way the refs handled the game. It ended up being quite a bit about them, and 100 and I don't know, it was 150 minutes by the time the game was over. It was just one of those nights where it was just too much of them, and I thought they could have just let a physical, intense game go and manage it in the right way. But he's a good referee. But tonight, I just thought the group it wasn't what the game needed. But yeah, there's positives. I mean, I told that group in there how proud I was of the performance and pushing out the PKs. This is a really gritty performance, resilient, and you need that. And as I said, Alex, the journey just becomes a little different. And so now it has to go to our house. We got to win that game and try to come back here and see out the series.
Great. Coach, thank you for your time.
Thanks.
Very generous.
All right, Jorge, go ahead.
Good evening, Coach. How going into the series, how different did Seattle play from the last time you were there in the regular season? And you mentioned it, but how can you continue to break this team down to make sure you go back there for a game 3?
They're a good team. You can tell again how stingy they are defensively. You have to earn looks at goal. We didn't get a lot. They played. I thought they played better than us over the course of 90 minutes, and there were times we just. I don't think we were clean enough. We understand who they are and the problems they pose. I don't think that was necessarily an issue. I just think we didn't. We weren't at our best all over the field, and that's that I trust will be the case when we get back next week. And you don't come here and win without being having everybody show up and being at the level they need to be at. But again, it's a tricky place to come. The turf is it's not great. It's not an excuse, but it does affect some of these players and some of the connections, and that just was a little off at times. And with that, some of it is decision making and when to go, when to stay, but they're a handful.
Hi, Coach. Before this, you spoke about getting into the turf, right? How it would take some time, and it did. The passes at first were probably not connecting, and then it did. So now I want to ask you for next game, how confident are you that the series will go to a third match?
I think we're going to go home and play our best soccer. We have to, and we have to win a game to push this series. Who else? What else you got?
All right, Dustin, go ahead.
Hey, Ben. Blessing came in and then came off there for Steres at the end. Was there an injury there?
No injury, and I feel bad. You never want to do that as a coach, but the game needed. We needed some help back stick, and Daniel Steres is a better defender and gives you a little bit more security onto more of a back five because they were pushing us back pretty deep, and we just that was it. Also, Dan we know is a very good penalty kick taker, so that was part of the thought process there.
And you got about 80 minutes out of Hector. Was that the plan today? How do you see him?
No, the plan was to get him to 45 and see how he rolls, and he did a good job tonight. He started getting really leggy there, and we needed fresh bodies, and Brooklyn came in and did a good job.